That's right. So far, I've become the most expensive signing in the history of the influencer team recently founded by Johnny, and today I'll show you what my first match day looked like in my new stint. But I can already tell you that some really crazy things happened there, and during the process, even animals got involved. Everyone will gradually join this team because it's going to be a really packed season. Let's get started. Greetings from the studio. Let's go straight to kickoff. I won't waste any time. I'll be commenting here like a post-match commentator, and I really think it was worth it. Alright, we're kicking off right here, Johnny, with the first pass, and we're getting into it. First touch with the ball, you have to get into it. First pass, you always have to get into it. I chose only the best moments for you. Here the ball was kicked away and nothing worked out. Winning the first ball always gets you going. Yeah, and here there was a bit of an awkward situation because I didn't know if it was a kick or a throw, and Johnny was like, yeah, kick it, but it was actually a throw. It's small-sided football anyway. The influencer team is a new project. I'm really glad Johnny did this. Seriously, I'm really happy about it. And here, look, the first action, Johnny fought incredibly, and in the end, nothing came of it. Here's the iPhone, sure, and this was a bit of a scramble, but I'm counting my first assist with my right foot. Maybe I'll even give you a replay here because you should see this. So I got the ball with my right foot, and Johnny managed to get it in. Just determination, which is key. Then we celebrated. First goal, yes, there was a battle in the midfield. We fought for it, which was also important with a lot happening there. We also had this big camera here, and this is where we conceded the first goal. Guys, what was Škodak doing? At first, I caught it. I'm not bragging. I was catching really well. I saved 2 goals yesterday, but anyway, we conceded a goal. I'm not saying the opponent was the best, but this was one, and we still didn't know what was coming next. Here's another ball we fought for. I was playing midfield, so my old position, and here I set it up for Johnny, but unfortunately, the header didn't work out. Never mind. And here I won the header, and Johnny, unbelievable banger. Did you see that? Did you see that volley? I really appreciate this. I'm counting my second assist here. Let's see it again. I need to see it again because there was a run from Kobot towards the goal, and here I go for the header. I saw Johnny, I set it up for him, and I told him, just lay it off for me, and the guy fires off an absolute rocket. Otherwise, I played really well with Johnny, so if there's ever a tournament and Johnny and I are there, we're just unbeatable, and I can already tell you that in the coming weeks and in the next rounds of this series, if I take part, God, it's like 600 kilometers to Prague. Some other well-known creators should join us, so I think it's going to be interesting and you're going to enjoy it. Here I was dribbling the ball and I didn't even know what I was going to do next. I passed, and ooh, that would have been nice. Johnny had a good idea with that little fake anyway. Here you stole it from me, here you slapped it, but I missed. Well, I'm a bit of a klutz. And here Johnny passed, and guys, if this had been grass, I would have slid in, you know, I would have just gone for it, but unfortunately it wasn't grass, it was artificial turf, and I didn't want to scrape my knee, so unfortunately that's how it was. So here, with this kid, actually, look, he totally tricked me twice. Peach, this kid was actually playing midfield and he was probably the best of them, so I had a few duels with him, but honestly, if I compare it to what I'm used to back home, like men's football, this was basically a joke by comparison. But that's exactly what I enjoyed about it, you know, it's like the one-eyed man is king among the blind, so I actually liked it there. And here I was dribbling the ball, yeah, so I messed this one up. I tried a quick 1-2 pass, bouncing it off and running forward, but it didn't work. Johnny has the ball here, and we tried something else while this guy fought hard. Mates went in really strong, unbelievable. By the way, I saw Mates after a long time. We played FIFA, and for those who know, he's an OG. Here I tried some kind of shot on goal, kind of a knuckleball shot, but it didn't really work out. Here, I don't know what I was thinking. Bang, I passed it to Johnny, and I think that's Jackie, and our captain for today. Unfortunately, it didn't go in. Never mind, it just didn't work out for him. Here, there would be a broken ankle. If I did this, guys, I wouldn't have an ankle. Here, I tried Johnny again because he was the tallest, so I tried him twice. And here, I got a diving header. Look, diving header. Here's the replay. And I hit the post, guys, man. That was such a sure thing. Just, you know, I really had that chance. Well, I'm just saying, just never mind. Here I have the ball. I'm trying to come up with something. 1-2 with Johnny. What will Johnny do? He gives it to me. Will he give it to me? Will he give it to me? Yes. And I chose to shoot right away. I say there's the goal. Johnny with the rebound. But here's the replay, guys. Unfortunately, I hit the goalkeeper. Then I had to apologize. Yeah, I went to apologize to him because it was actually quite a shot. But, you know, with the instep, ouch. Too bad I didn't hit Škodak like that. No, just kidding, man. I'm glad we played together on the same team finally. Also, sometimes just once. So this was a shot, and you see I apologized. I wasn't lying. Here I got the ball. I could have turned around, really. There was a lot of time. Oh, man. Here what I put in here so it wouldn't look like it was just good moments, guys. I totally messed that up because I didn't know what to do with it, and I wanted to pass, well, with the outside of the foot. Again with the outside. Our coach has this saying, that's your outside of the foot. Our former coach, yeah, well, if we have one now, that's your outside of the foot. Play it with the inside of your foot instead. We always joke about it with the guys at training. Yeah, but here it was proven true. Here I did some combination with Škodak, sure, nice and easy. Johnny has the ball incredibly, but actually he'll realize who he's playing with. Well, whatever. He is an unnecessary loss, guys. That looks terrible. When I look at it, here, man, I knew exactly what he was going to do. Unbelievable. So I had to get back. I got back with experience. I wanted to kick it off him. And I did. And here, John Saldo, look, he sent me through. Yes, I'm on goal. I have to score this. I have to score this. Look, right foot goal. You don't see that from me very often, even with my right foot, even though it wasn't some amazing shot. And we went with Lavi, with John, of course. This goal, I want to see that again in the replay. That was nice. I have the ball again. Like, I think I was doing pretty well creating the play. I could have definitely been more effective, could have scored more goals and so on. And here we have to play back what I have to say about it. So you'll hear that. Incredible game, right? Where did I throw? 1 + 2, 1 + 2, 1 + 3, 1. It's cold. It would be in the year. I called the women, and in 1 + 3, 1 I had 1 + 2. The first half was okay, but I got pretty sweaty. I'm always running, pushing, and it's always intense. She was a little cold, but I appreciate that she filmed the whole thing and didn't give up. And we can go straight on. We can move to the second half. You know, it was also very interesting. He'll break me down. Tactics at halftime. That's still our chant. We'll still have to work on that a bit. Here I was laughing at them, but it doesn't matter. Mate. A surprising combination, sure. Here I somehow fought for the ball. I pass it down the line, I think. No. So I set it up here for a shot, but in the end we didn't shoot. We kept combining here. We played good football in the second half with good combination play. The guys were a bit less about football, let's say. They played more just to not lose by too much. That was an incredible combination too. A header flicked on and it was cleared off the line for us, right off the line. Johnny set it up perfectly, but the goalkeeper stuck out his leg like a young Neuer. Unbelievable. A young Neuer, he's a future star, unfortunately. Here I poked it to Johnny and Johnny. You're a nut. How did you throw that out? Boom, a back heel like Chingadesh. Another assist, 1 + 3. We're leading 4-1. Johnny, I think, hat trick if I'm not mistaken, so actually a masterclass, yeah. Hey, let's move on. Up for some dribbling. Here I passed it to Johnny. He tried it at the far post and guys, it just wasn't clicking for him. That's okay. It's in again. He just unfortunately hit the post, guys, kind of obviously, but it was with his left foot. And I can't blame anyone because if I'm not mistaken, Berek is primarily a hockey player. So he's just a hockey player playing soccer. I appreciate that he runs like that. Here I am. I think that guy was a bit depressed because every personal duel hurt him a little. I'm used to it. I didn't want to go hard on them, but I had to, you know, fight for the ball. This would have been beautiful if it worked. A great 1-2 with Johnny. I passed to him, he returned it, but I just couldn't reach it in time. Here I'm throwing a throw in. I already know I have to throw it. I don't have to kick it. And of course, what a shame about the ball. Mate's such a rocket. And I stuck it, guys. I stuck it pretty nicely and found Johnny who, Jackie who scored his first goal. And here I went to celebrate with him because I really wanted that for him after all those chances. But I think I found him pretty nicely. Look, if it had to be, just the camera didn't really move, I think. But yeah, but he did such a back heel, turned around, and that was it. It was nice, it was nice. I took the ball from that guy again. Sorry, hope you're watching. You played well and were actually the best on your team. We passed it around with Johnny near the goal, but it went over in the end. And here Pedro, wait, careful, at your place. No, just kidding. Pedro is a champ, guys. And like an unbelievable match. It really looks, maybe, I don't know how it looks on the video. Maybe it even looks like that on the video, but honestly, there was a big difference. Like, we're playing in the lowest league, but gradually we'll move up, and I know that we'll be there. Sako and I'll be running there ourselves. There will be combinations, you know, Sako, if you're watching, there'll be bicycle kicks, man, there'll be scissor kicks, there will be Rabonas, step overs, everything. Maybe Dodo will be there too. I'm going back in 14 days, not sure if you're watching this. So Dodo, Sako, me, Johnny, Škoda in goal, total madness.
Nice.
Here's Johnny, he wanted to pass to me, but I scored. That's just Johnny, he wanted to pass it to me and he curved it perfectly, and here I didn't get an assist, I think. Wait, I have to rewind that, I'm curious. I pressed, Pistic set it up perfectly for Johnny who wanted it, but I ended up scoring instead. This is the first goal where I didn't have an assist or a goal. Škodak found me perfectly. I kept it in play, set it on my left foot, thought about my options, passed, and Johnny scored again. Guys, the teamwork with Johnny, that was just, we were a great duo, and I liked this goal. It was a nice one. And some play, maybe it didn't go exactly right, it didn't go right, it didn't work out, I passed and it didn't go right, didn't go right, didn't go right, lost it, it happens. No, I'm just a competitive type. Like when I play football, I'm not saying I'm going to bully anyone. No, that's not the word at all. But I'll tell them like, try harder, because I'm not going to give up. I want to win a match like that. You know, it's important to me. Yeah. So you have to score goals and so on. Otherwise, unfortunately, I don't have another one of my goals yet. If I find one of my goals, you'll see it on the screen now.
So I always do it, yeah.
They passed it back to me and I already had 2 goals going for a hat trick. But look what I missed, right in front of an empty net after Johnny set it up. And me, a clumsy guy, I miss it. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. And here, well, that's a shame really. Here I did a somersault because of it. Do you also do a somersault when you mess something up? I don't in the evening because it gives me quite a headache, but I had to do it. So that's how our first match ended up looking. I think I had 2 goals and 4 assists. Or maybe 2 goals and 3 assists, I don't want to lie. I think there was 1 goal I wasn't there for, but otherwise I was involved in all of them. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Of course, the level is lower, but maybe next time I'll do some tricks and stuff like that. We'll see. Big thanks to Johnny for the invite and to everyone else. It was a great experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, and go check out one of the 2 videos you see on the screen right now.